Charles have done nothing but make fun of Boogie. They've mocked Miss Boogie. They've mocked their family. They've laughed about him being out of a job. Just absolutely disgusting. I will distance myself in any way that I can from these two guys. I no longer consider them my friends.
They've done all that, Hot Rod Biggs and more. You went over the laundry list of the inexcusable things that Hammerjack and Charming Charles have done to the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant. And it is disgusting. Right now we see Hammerjack locked up and with Rick Santel. Rick Santel now has Hammerjack in the side headlock there, but barely. He's just barely holding on. Big, powerful man, this Hammerjack.
Rick Santel coming in, gonna make his presence known, and he's got the big man from Route 66 standing in his way. Like him or not, he's an impressive physique. He's an impressive wrestler. I just don't like his attitude and his mission as of late.
You know, Hot Rod, we've been talking about Columbia, Tennessee, the National Guard Armory, 8 o'clock Tuesday, December 25th. That's Christmas. List of this lineup: Eric Andrews versus AM Vision, Shane Morton, Damian Adams, the Boogie Woogie Boy, Hammerjack versus Homicidal Tendencies. Chris Michaels, guess who he's against, Hot Rod? We've talked about it. Cowboy James Storm.
Cowboy James Storm, blast from the past. The fans right there in Columbia, Tennessee have seen James Storm on and off over the years. The man has left and went made a big name for himself all over the world. And he's coming back home right there to the National Guard Armory. Christmas night, Columbia, Tennessee, 8 o'clock bell time. Jack, don't you dare miss it. I know I'm not going to miss it. Fans, if you pick one card to go to this year, that's what you want to go see, the National Guard Armory, Christmas night.
You heard Commissioner Freddie Morton talk about it. He was very excited about that card. A lot of things are going to be settled there. In the ring right now, we see Rick Santel and Hammerjack, both in the center of the ring, going at it. Shots to the midsection by Hammerjack to Rick Santel. Santel back with the side headlock, and he's got it in there tight. Hammerjack both up top with him, trying to get out of it. Santel cinching up ever so tightly. Oh, look out. Hammerjack grabs him by the throat, throws him into the turnbuckle.
Strength of his.
Nice clothesline.
I don't like the guy, but I got to give credit where it's due. You know, Hammerjack and I teamed up a lot over the years. I've resorted to some pretty despicable tactics in retrospect myself. You got to draw the line, Jack. You got to draw the line between fantasy and reality. You've got to draw the line between the competition that exists in wrestling and the hatred that exists between Hammerjack and the Boogie Woogie Boy.
You know, these guys thrive on pure hate, and you can just see it. But like you said, you do have to give Hammerjack credit where credit is due. You can't deny him his credit as an athlete, and that's just a big tough man. Oh, side slam there on Santel. He's got the cover, 1-2. Santel, a tough guy himself, powers out of that one. He's over there in the corner, Hot Rod, and Charming Charles is over there too. Big uppercut to Santel by Hammerjack. Hammerjack pounds him into the top turnbuckle.
Knee to the gut. Rick Santel's in trouble. Forearm to the back.
Oh, laying that in.
Is it just me, or is Hammerjack kind of got that look in his eye? He's got a glare in his eyes. He looks over here.
It's that sick look, boy. Let me tell you, he is power, and he's laying some powerful shots in on the head of Rick Santel. His head's got to be spinning right now. That's Hammerjack dragging him over to the corner, a little bit too close to Charming Charles. Charming Charles over there. His stick, his cane, whatever you want to call it, always nearby. That guy comes out of everything smelling like a rose, it seems like, Charming Charles. Hammerjack with the cover, 1-2, and Santel rolls out of that one, rolls his shoulder out.
Well, if I know anything about the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant, and I'm going to tell you, Jack Johnson, and all you fans at home, I do. I know a lot about the Boogie Woogie Boy. I know a lot about Hammerjack, and I know what's on Boogie's mind. And you say Charming Charles always seems to slide through.
He seems to get out of everything.
That's not going to be the end of this story, because Boogie is going to get his hands on him. Somewhere, some way, somehow, Charmin Charles is going to get what's coming to him, Jack.
You think, Hot Rod, you think he'll ever, he seems to be one of those guys that you see people that are just evil their entire lives. They get away with everything, and you say, you know, it's just not fair. As we see, oh, what a devastating move by Hammerjack. Hammerjack has covered Santel. 1-2. How does Santel keep coming back? How does Santel keep coming back from the vicious shots of Hammerjack?
Rick Santel showing he's a very resilient young athlete right there. Hammerjack has clamped the body scissors on him, going to try and wear the man down.
You know, Hot Rod, you talk like Charmin Charles. Like I said, I think he's one of those guys that will just go his entire life and get away with evil, like I've seen so many people do. It makes you question things, you know.
I couldn't agree with you more right there, Jack Johnson. I've never been one to claim myself innocent, but somewhere you got to draw the line. And Hammerjack and Charmin Charles fail to see that reality. Pure evil going through the minds and hearts of these guys, even right here at Christmas time. They were out here last week making a joke about Ebenezer Scrooge. Well, I'm going to tell you this.
Santel making...
can't hold a candle to Ebenezer Scrooge. He can't hold a candle to what these guys have done.
Santel getting whipped off the ropes, coming back.
Coming
back with a high body.
Rick Santel.
Santel's got a second win going after Hammerjack. Maybe he saved it up till now, Hot Rod, or maybe he figures this is it. He's just going all out.
Stunned by that maneuver. Rick Santel come up, but Hammerjack's smart enough to wait on him.
Oh, look out. Oh, Rick Santel.
What an impressive move on the big 6'4" Hammerjack.
Santel with a cover, 1-2, and no Hammerjack. Hammerjack almost pinned right there, Hot Rod. Hammerjack's got to be thinking, what have I got to do? What have I got to do to get out of this one? Or maybe he should have done something a little while ago.
A combination of a nonchalant pin and a little bit out of position by Ricky Bell. And there's Charmin Charles making his presence known, distracting Rick Santel as he tried to hook his foot with that cane. And that just goes to show you these guys will stop at nothing.
Looked like Santel a while ago was maybe trying to fire up the Rick kick, but look,
got him for the pile driver.
Oh,
That's a DQ.
That's a DQ right there. Hammerjack, you can't put nothing past him.
What is going on?
It's like winning the match.
That Jack Johnson, that is beyond trying to win a match. He's trying to end this guy's career just like they done to Gary Valiant.
It's like they just are more interested in hurting someone.
He says nobody tells Hammerjack what to do. Well, I know Gary Valiant, wherever you are, brother, I know you're home watching this.
Hot Rod,
I know what you got.
Hot Rod, they're looking over here for some reason.
What are they looking? Hey, I'm talking.
I don't think they're looking at me.
Because I know what Gary Valiant's got coming for you guys. That was ridiculous, man.
Hot Rod.
That guy, you're trying to
Hot Rod.
career, Hammerjack.
Hot Rod.
Wrestling, pal. I don't give a damn.
Hot Rod, remember you got a.
I don't care about nothing.
You got an announcer's contract. Hot Rod, you've got an announcer's contract.
What's the problem, man?
Unbelievable. What are you guys doing it?
Oh my God. Charles, please. I'm too mad to. Tell him what the problem is, Chuck.
First of all, Jack Johnson, Gary Valley, you want a match? Well, Tuesday night, Christmas night, Columbia, Tennessee, National Guard Army. Oh, you're going to get a match. You're going to get the beating of your life, boy, because you know why? It's a chain match. You know what a chain match is? Jack, you remember the classic Charles Dickens story, A Christmas Carol?
I do.
Ebenezer Scrooge, the ghost of Christmas past wrapped up in chains, paying for his sins. Well, Gary, your past is going to get with you Tuesday night, buddy, because you're going to be wrapped in those chains. You're going to be drunk from pillar to post. See, Jack, that chain matches. 1 corner, 2 corners, 3 corners, 4. Beat up in front of all those stupid rednecks, those Philly trash of Columbia, Tennessee, and all these morons from Millersville that comes out to see you Christmas night. You're going to be sitting out in a body bag. Tell him, Jack.
That's right. There's only one thing I'm worried about. That's Gary Valiant. And Christmas night, we're going to be taking care of him right there in Columbia, Tennessee. But first, there's something I need to address right now. Whoa, wait. Hey, let me tell you something. Hot Rod Biggs, hey, you've been in the area, you worked for a long time. You wrestled a lot of people, but you see, you're going to try to dog me. He's going to try to dog me. saying that I have a problem. Gary Valiant is not better than I am.
I'm saying what's right.
It doesn't
Hey,
matter
I'm
what
saying
you
what's
say.
right. You didn't have no business coming out here. The pile driver was made illegal for a reason.
Hot Rod Biggs has an announcer's contract. Hot Rod Biggs is an announcer. Hot Rod, you got an announcer's contract. You got. Whoa, hang on a second. Wait a minute. Whoa. What's going on here? What's going on here? Hot Rod Biggs is an announcer. Hammerjack and Charming Charles. Oh, wait a minute. They busted him wide open. Get that. You've got to get that chain off of him. You got to stop that. He's got an announcer's contract. Hot Rod Biggs is not. Oh, my God. God, they've tore him all to pieces. This is craziness. This is craziness. Hot Rod Biggs, my broadcast partner, is being dragged into the ring. He's not a wrestler, not under a wrestler's contract right now anyway. And Hammerjack, we need some help out here. We need somebody to, I can't do anything about it. Somebody get out here. Hot Rod Biggs is busted wide open. Hammerjack and Charming Charles have brought their craziness to Hot Rod Biggs. Hot Rod Biggs got really upset with him and enough to want to get in the ring with him, I guess, and then, or at least confront him. And now Hot Rod Biggs is busted open and he's in the middle of the ring. They've got a, what was that he said about Charles Dickens? Who cares? But he's got a chain. Hammerjack and Charming Charles. Hot Rod Biggs. I wish I could do something, Hot Rod. I'm not a wrestler. I'd be useless to you. I'd be in your way. Somebody help. What they're going to... Finally, it's the Boogie Woogie Boy. The Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant, hits the ring. He's in the ring, and Charles and Hammerjack finally scatter. This is craziness. This is craziness. This is craziness.
No. Christmas night, Gary Valiant. Jingle bells all the way, pal.
That's right, Gary. You got it coming to you. Gary Valiant has it coming to him Christmas night. We're going to end his career once and for all right there in Columbia, Tennessee.
My God, you people are sick. Hopefully this will be settled in Columbia, Tennessee. Unbelievable. Hot Rod Biggs, my broadcast partner, laying into the ring, the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant. Boogie Woogie Boy is begging for some help back there to help Gary, to help Hot Rod Biggs. Hot Rod Biggs busted open by Hammer. It's a bloody mess all around this area. God, we need a hazmat team to clean this place up here. This is unbelievable. Hammerjack and Charming Charles. Look at that. Hot Rod Biggs just got a little too, he got a little too emotional, a little too emotionally involved with his former partners and taking up for the Boogie Woogie Boy. And, oh, man, look at that. That is rough stuff right there. That is why you got to think twice about ever getting into the ring or ever confronting wrestlers, or it's just, it's not stuff for kids. Unbelievable, fans. Seen here today. Remember, Christmas chaos, Christmas clash, rather, in Columbia, Tennessee. Be there for that. Watch Saw. Same channel, same time. Oh, look there, look at that. Hot Rod Biggs. Hot Rod Biggs. Busted wide open. Fans, please join us next time here on Saw.